Hello, and welcome. I'm Nick, and this is DooM Travelogue, the show where we say just because it is not a great idea to be going out right now doesn't mean we can't still explore new and interesting spaces. We're just going to do it in the form of Doom WADs and level packs. Now, this week we know exactly what we're doing because last week we started Metroid Doom, Spram's Metroid Doom, and today we're just gonna pick it up because we had just collected the auto map, which told us we had seen about half the level, maybe. And also we just got double jump, so this is where the game really opens up. I would love to finish the game wholesale today. I don't know if that's the case. I also don't know if I'm going to have to cut the stream short for reasons beyond my control. Life happens, you know? But that being said, I'm excited to play more of this, so let's just jump back into it. Is this the gameplay button? Sure is. Sometimes you just not always sure if you remember how things work. If her name is Metroid, why can I see her? Okay, one sec. That's a little loud for me because I was. Okay. What did we do? Okay. Got normal. Got ice beam. Oh, we got spread beam. And we got missiles. Okay. And right, we can. Right, that's got some kick to it. All right, looking good on health and this and that. That's some sort of red key. We have a red key. Okay, so we could probably go that way. Or, let's see here. Right here, this was also a double jump point. So that's going to get us into that same wing. That's a double jump point, which leads into a dead end. So we should go check that out as soon as possible. That was blocked by gross things. This is... Right, that is the tall zone that we had to jump up platforms. So I guess we have access now, but I'm going to bet you there's some other block at the top of that jump zone. That's going to keep us from going. It looks like we've gotten pretty... Right, this was the old, like, crumbling castle wing. This right here is where we fought our first boss. This is the crater with the barely rememberable door to the pink zone. Ooh, it looks like there is a secret passage of some sorts over there, so we could revisit that. God, there's a whole zone over here. I wonder if those are the... You have to walk through the lava to get to them. I would believe that. This is... I do not remember this zone. I'm gonna guess it's one of the last zones we looked at, though, because here we are and it's connected to it. So, looks like there's a little more of this map to go look at. Let's just go look around over here. Is that something I shot? Probably. Oops. You know, Doom wasn't made for jumping on a good day, so... Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna be a fancy way out of here. That's the roof. Is it... What's this right here? Oh, is it a below? Is it down in the water? No. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we talking. How many missiles are we up to? 55. Yeah, okay. Whoa, hi, buddy. Yeah. Will freezing you help? Ow. Oh, right, I have... Yeah, okay. I have. what is colloquially known as a problem solver. It's just right down my other mouse button. And that's it. That's all that was hiding in there. Good, great. Okay, so let's talk about it. Yeah, I really do. Well, I could go back the way that I know, or I could try going in here and taking the right-hand path and looping back around up here this way, and then I'll travel back the rest of the way to get there. Although this is all connected, so I could just take this up. No, because to get out here, we would need... What do you call it? Whatever breaks the gross boys. Alright, let's see if we can... I love to long jump. Hey! Well, you look like an armadillo. Okay, so this is like a new kind of temple. I'm okay with this. I know I spent last week, kind of just sort of lingering on all of the ways that Metroid games never really clicked for me. But if I'm being super honest, I've been super looking forward to getting back to this. Like, I'm not even sure why, it's just... Just I have been. I don't know. I don't really need to justify it further, do I? Okay, now you are a face, but no, you're not a switch. You're just a face. You know when they say not just another pretty face? Well, just another pretty face. Okay. Oh, does that mean a recharge? Boy, I got everybody. Blue card. Right, we're still looking for blue cards. Okay, so I can't even take the right-hand path that I was. But now this is... Uh-oh. Alright, well... Oh, the music changed. I'm really glad the music is changing, like, per zone. Like, first of all, it helps to give flavor to the zones. But second of all, since this WAD is a big, like, multi-tiered map, it really helps it from the music getting boring. Alright, this is a cool zone. Hey, what's up? Bye. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know, it's funny that, oh, where'd he go? There was another one. I wanted to blast him before I ever had to go down there. It's funny that I'm having, a lot of issues with the missile splash damage, because, God, really, not quite 20 years ago, but 15 years ago, what does a W mean? It means, Wharf Ball. Wumbo mode. Oh, damn. Samus is going Wumbo mode? Yeah, like at least 15 years ago in my webcomic, I wrote it canonically that in the DooM timeline future, I die by blowing myself up with a rocket in the middle of combat. So it's just like, alright, 15 years on, glad to see that self-understanding still holds true. Actually, I really like this room. Like this is what I'm saying. This this WAD has been doing pretty good at creating like nice set piece areas like this, where it's just like, yeah, no, it's just like a room with a tree in it, but it's extremely centerpiece. It's like it's the middle of a room. It's something you can see from wherever you are in the room. It's something that really helps ground you, and it looks pretty. I think this pink tree in the middle of this desert room, this desert temple room, looks really pretty. All right, there's one. Yep. Is this where we came in? No, but this is where we get out there. Okay, so I do want to go that way. Ah! There was a little guy and I got spooked. That's where we came in. Okay. So I'm going to hit 3 switches and then something's going to jump out to kill me, right? No? Ooh, it's cracked. Ooh. Hey, don't mess with roots, you know? They'll heck you up. That's a yellow door, which we do not have. Oh, that'll get us in there. Wow, it's closed by yellow and blue. Okay. Alright, well, I hit all those, and I don't know why. Oh, there's a way out over here that maybe I'll be taking at some point. Well, let's... Oh, I wonder if this is totally the intended path. Maybe if I had went... right. Oh, come on, really? I had a feeling it was gonna be this. Ah. Okay, well... Yeah, behind the double jump. Oh, right! I forgot that there was the cage thing. Wave beam. Oh my god! It's woggly. Oh, right, the little guys respawn because they're how you farm for health. Right. Okay, well... Okay, so these are kind of pinkish, so the pink, yeah, alright, fine. Fine. We're here. Oh! Okay, so the nature of the zone was foreshadowed a little bit if I had looked at it at all. That's lava out there. I probably looked at the lava more than I looked at the decoration. You always sort of... Yeah, something to the extent of, it's like some Maslow kind of stuff. It's like, no, you first notice the things that would kill you, then you would notice the things that would help you. Not getting killed always takes priority. I don't like the waggliness of it, because like there is like a little bit of auto aim, I guess, because it's, you know, Doom engine. But oh, that jump feels so weird. It feels so weird. This is the way I want to go, right? Yeah, let's go. Oh, I can. I can. Yes, I can, because now I can cut through these. Oh, like butter. Bad? Are these switches that I have to hit in... Okay. Not even switches I have to hit in order. Just find the one. Okay. Puzzle solved. Alright, now we're in here, and I want to go across this way and up. Yeah, this is getting... Ah! Wave being like, okay, using it in a side scroller game, I think it makes some more sense. Using it right here, I'm just like, oh, this is Rise of the Triad. This is Drunk Missiles. This is okay. I can do this. I am elite gamer. Yes, you heard me. All right. So what is this room? Oh, some sort of crab mech, boss. Well, I've got missiles. No, that can't be all that's in here. One missiles? Well, and a boss. I wonder if I wasn't supposed to kill him. I mean, that's like a thing, right? I would totally make the best end be here's one specific boss that you're not supposed to kill, because then that way he'll come in later and wreck a hard boss for you and get you the real end or something. Okay. Yeah, just cut them all down. I never want to see them again. They're so icky. Okay, well, we're coming in from the top side now. Ah! I don't know what you are, but you look icky. Succulent succubi. Is that thing? Oh boy. Whoa! Hey, whoa! Okay! How am I supposed to break line of sight on something that flies straight up? That's rude. That's rude as heck. Which makes it a hard boss. Okay, you know what? I am just gonna use Santa's little helpers. Semis's little helpers. I just think it's kind of funny because, like, funny something, I don't know, but like again, this from my understanding is this WAD was made like in a little more old school. No. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just throw 20 minutes of progress down the drain. Alright, cool. Cool. You love to hate it. It's okay, I know where I'm going now though, right? So we can just speedrun that switch rally. I did, at some point, pick up some more missiles, which would definitely help with that fight. There's also, like, a secret exit over here? Hello? What's over here? A recharge. Okay. Then... okay. Then this has a blue door and a yellow door. Yep. Oh, I love the way that this is, like, broken through the wall to connect these areas. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So it let us get here, but really, I guess, the keys are gonna be, like, shortcuts that way. Alright, hey. I explored it. I feel much better about it now. Knowledge gained. Put that in the Dark Souls font, please. Right, but what I was saying for that unfortunate incident where I died, that's often how I describe that incident, as just unfortunate. I appreciate the way that you can kind of tell that, you know, these enemies aren't necessarily brand new scripted, but you can tell how, like, the parts of existing Doom enemies have been sort of shuffled and reconfigured into these new enemies. Like okay, we got things here that are acting like you know, oh, okay, they're rushing the player like Lost Souls, or they have, you know, explosive projectiles like what would that be? Okay. Now we're here. I mean, again, again, what again? I didn't even finish a thought. I'm having too much fun playing the game. I can't talk. Bazinga. Don't say Bazinga. Hey, me? Don't say Bazinga. But yeah, it's like, okay, what's a lost soul? What seems to be a Caco demon? What's using imp projectiles? What's using Baron projectiles? And a lot of these do seem to be, you know, the same enemies, but, you know, different damage values, which isn't necessarily a, Well, okay, let's think about this for a second, because the idea of... I missed the what do you call it? I missed the missile in the swamp area, that's what I missed. Was it a swamp? I don't know. It's okay. I have other weapons if I run out of missiles somehow. Somehow. What if I just don't kill him this time? I'm just gonna leave him be. I like my friend over here. Enjoy, friend. Live your life. Do you. No pink, no shade, no heat lemonade. That's not how it goes. Now, it's right over here, which is where the boss fight is. So, let me clear these fools. I can see him on screen. Let's say right here. Alright, boss fight. Let's just use this so I don't have to worry about crouching. Luckily, the sound effect is telling you, like, what the timing is for when it's safe to peek out again. Dangerous doesn't always mean hard. There we go. Give me, I don't know, give me your valuable juices. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Oh, I didn't like saying that. Okay, something over here. Is it a switch? It's a switch. Is it a switch that opened this door over here? I want to climb. I love a temple with machine rooms. Just kind of love these rooms, actually. I like the mix of respawning and non-respawning enemies. it's I feel like currently the ratio is like the flip of Dark Souls, because Dark Souls there's a bunch of enemies that respawn, and then there are like semi-boss enemies that don't respawn. Oh boy, so I really did all of this backwards, huh? Okay, well, okay. Something up with this corner of the wall. Did I miss a blue key somewhere? In this room somewhere? I hit that switch. Don't know what it did, but okay. Guess I gotta go around and figure out what that did. Ooh, I actually love this. The holes in the ceiling are where the grass has grown. That's a nice little touch. Where the sunlight was able to get down. Get up to get down. But yeah, just like here are some that respawn. Low threat, mainly for like resource gathering. And most of the enemies are not respawning, so it's just like, yeah, no, you'll make progress, but there's still a little, you know, we talk about refreshing the areas a lot, and like it's kind of enough to like refresh the area and make you think as you return through these areas, but it's also like not enough to really make them dangerous again. You know what? I'm gonna check over here right now because it's close to where I think we had to go. As well. Hey, we're back at the start. Okay. As well as what? If this is like a little mini space pirate base section again, those, yeah, because it's like this. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay, hang on. Okay. Gonna take some maneuvering. Oh, okay, fine. It is card blocked. Okay, well. Happy to know for sure. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, then that probably is going to be like end game zone. Yeah, like enough to refresh an area and make it feel like active, but not enough to make it dangerous again. Which is what you want in a game like this, where backtracking is so essential to the experience. Oh right, there's a whole zone over there I haven't finished exploring yet. How are we doing on health, by the way? Oh, we're fine, actually. Okay. Perfect. No problemo. That's... Oh, I wonder if we're going to get yellow or blue first. I almost expected a missile to be on top of the tree hidden amongst the leaves. But I didn't think of it till I was moments away from landing on it. This room, huh? Maybe not, because this seems... The twofer! Love to see it. What's your deal? Wow, like completely stun locked. Okay. Yeah, this is a way out, but not this way, apparently. Can we? We can. It's so wild. Like, to have a jump in Doom is already so wild, but to have a double jump, which, okay, this would take some really specific measuring, but I think this double jump, well, it's weird. this double jump versus the single jump in the Golden Souls WADs is like, which one is actually higher? Because it's real close, I'd say. There's nothing... There we go! Okay, so... You know, for a second there, I was going to be so convinced that that was a... this door opened from the other side kind of scenario. It's hard to know for sure. Energy tank. You telling me I have like 300 life now? Oh my gosh. Great. Love it. Make a game easier, why don't you? And then a yellow door. Wow. So... Okay, red door over there. Wait. Wait, where was that red door? Did I just totally whiff on noticing a whole ass door I could go through? Oh my god. If I did, apologies, because now I gotta go backtrack. Again. This. Maybe I'm just in a better mood today, but I'm not as, like, upset about the backtracking now. You wanna know what it is? It's because I got double jump. Straight up. You know what double jump is? Rad. You know what it lets you do? Like, traverse and backtrack super easily. Like that's the thing, is like, the idea of making, like, upgrade abilities that are, rather than something like Castlevania where you eventually get like a special item or something that makes dealing with enemies sort of trivial, this is something that it's below. Oh, I just missed this whole doorway. Okay. I'm gonna save here. Oh! I wonder if there's a big enemy in there if you're not on easy. Okay, blue card! Alright, so, not yellow, but now a whole new world has opened up for us. See, making it so clear that you could get back from down here was like, no, there's something important you do down there, but I just didn't see a doorway. You know, especially because it, I feel like this is where you line up the jump from, and that blocks that doorway. It's a good thing the map is pretty detailed. Oh, wait, blue key is right up here. Good, so this gets us right back into it, so you don't need to do any backtracking. Oh! And then you get back in the way I just was, but you get the energy tank and you wrap around, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Oh, are we finally seeing Metroids? Oh, wrong one. This is how you deal with Metroids, isn't it? Ah! Okay. Oh, hello? Ow. Okay, now we're somewhere. We're over in here. I want to go over here and just, you know, like for the sake of map completion that I don't really need, I just want to bust through this wall and touch the thing. But good. Okay. All right, so that is a pretty centrally built loop for the map. Really the main issue is that I missed it. And we could get into a discussion about, is it my fault for looking around not carefully enough, or for not remembering, or for not thinking to look for it? Oh hey, we're going somewhere. Love to go somewhere. Oh, okay. So this is the cold place, so I'm gonna get some sort of cold thing. Or I'm gonna get some sort of hot thing? I love a cold zone. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Wait, this is a secret? Why is this a secret when it seems like the only way to get... Because that's all it is. Gotcha. Okay, so the way that I thought was the only way that I could go seems to not be the... Oh, no, because there are plenty of other blue doors I can open now, like over here? Yeah, like, I guess this wing is where we go next. Oh, there was a blue door here in the secret zone. I want to go to the secret zone. I wish I had fast travel. I really wish I had fast travel. Like I appreciate the idea of, like, actually the map is super interconnected in a way that, instead of having fast travel, you just open up shortcuts between all the zones. That's neat, but it's still... It's not my, like, personal preferred version of it, because what it leads to is increased map complexity, and actually it just means that you need to, like, remember more connections on a more complex map, rather than just being like, actually, you know, it's like, oh, I know I need to, and like, and then there is still an amount of, like, manual traveling that you have to do, and not just like, oh, I need to go over here, and just sort of like the thought is enough to invoke the action to make it occur, you know? You see that mountain? You can just go there. As opposed to, you see that mountain? You can make the arduous journey to and from it. No, why don't you just... Because it's that similar premise, you know? It's like, you know, we were talking about before. Oh, I was starting to say about Castlevania. I don't know if it's true for Castlevania, but the idea of, like, okay, here is an enemy, and the first, you know, maybe time or two you meet it, it's a challenge, but eventually you, it is made trivial through abilities, and it's like, oh, now I have a weapon that just kills that thing, and it's not scary anymore. It's not a big deal. Like, okay, yeah, that's a fine way to do it. But also, and like doing that for enemies, yeah, okay, makes sense. But the thing is, like, okay, what if we did that for just a big wall to halt your progress? If this were Trials, that would not halt my progress. But what I can kind of appreciate is, I guess what a game like Metroid does is, the enemies aren't necessarily... Ooh, is this the right way I want to be going? Yes, because I want to get over there, so I want to make this hard left. The enemies aren't necessarily the thing that you're trivializing along the way, because on some level the enemies are always trivial. They're kind of more of a nuisance. You're new for this zone. The enemies are more nuisance than they are actual like challenge and obstacle. But the idea of being like, okay, but actually it's the navigation, which is what we are trivializing over time, whether that's by double jump, meaning that you don't have to, do tricky jumps anymore, by doing, okay, we have speed and dash, which means that you don't have to, where is it? Hey, where is it? I thought it was, or is there like a weird teleport thing, or am I just blind? I might just be blind. Or is it down here and it dips? It dips below. That's what it is. Now we can open this and find out, hey, what in the ding dang is back here all along? It's missiles. That's the... The answer is always missiles. The answer is always missiles, and also the satisfaction of 100% map completion rate, which... it's why it's why gacha games have no thrall over me. The numbers going up doesn't do anything for me. Alright, well, I've done that now. Now we can go on with the regular game. With the main branch. What was I talking about? Trivializing navigation. It's like, yeah, like there is something about like, because however you seek to achieve that is sort of the way of making a power curve, right? Is you say like, oh, this thing that was super difficult, at the beginning of the game has now been trivialized as you trivialize parts of the game, right? Theoretically, that's what you do. Because that makes the player feel more powerful, which makes them feel like they've progressed, which... hoocha lobster. Whatever. And so whether that's by, like... And the like, theoretically even just RPGs do that. Or not RPGs, but like anything that's like stat and level up based, where, it's just like, oh, you're just stronger now. It's just like, cool, my flat strength increase is what's trivializing old things, right? But the idea of being, okay, here's an enemy and here's a specific tool that will melt their armor, so you don't have to go through the whole sort of shortcutting steps, turn 5 hits into 1 hit. That's a form of trivialize. Yeah, that's a point of a version of trivializing. And like that's the thing that I like about because I have nothing against the journey and the challenge of the journey, right? It's the repetition of it. It's the like failing to trivialize it, I guess. Which is what a game like this, when you're then suddenly having to backtrack the entire level multiple times as you get tools and upgrades and whatever. It's like, yeah, you've unlocked something, but you still have to do the like tedium work of getting all the way back over there to deal with it. Oh, that's a cat brushing by my legs. That creeped me out a little bit. Pow. But the kind of games where it's just like, okay, you have to get to a place before you fast travel to it, right? Or you have to like do a puzzle to unlock the fast travel, or like maybe grind and get the resources to construct. Oh, that looks like teeth. I'm trying to catch from an angle where it really looks like teeth, but that looks like teeth. All right, let's open this up just so we. Hey, what's up? And clear this out. And then hey, whoa, that's a gross zone. I ain't going in. Oh no, wait, we can handle heat fog. Yes, okay. Welcome to the heat fog zone. But then you unlock a fast travel point, and it's like, cool. I have completed the chat. Like to me, that's the form of, like, not necessarily like, not just trivializing the task, but sort of being able to circumvent the task. Because it's just like, hey, now you can travel this route really easily, versus, what if you just don't have to travel this route anymore? To me, that is a form of like progression via trivializing. That feels very strong. That feels very that has a strong feeling to it, you know. Which is like, cool. I have done the work. I have proven that I have overcome the challenge of this zone, and it's just like, all right, cool. Let me just put this location in my arsenal and not make it. Because when you say like, okay, here's now a thing where you can, you know, we're going to trivialize this path, but we're going to still make you take this path every time. It's just like, okay, so you've replaced the challenge with busy work, and I am in the camp of busy work is never a positive. Like there are people who like a certain level of grind, right? But like, your grind should always reward at the end, and busy work is grind without reward. I guess if I had to consider a definition for it. Oh, there's another zone up there. I am kind of lost. Because I jumped up and then fell back down because I am blind. We've now established, right? I'm blind. Like, you can ask Gru about the time I tried to play Dark Souls 2 and just like did not see about 3 bonfires, and I was just like, why is this game so hard and punishing? And it's like, it's not, you're just blind. And it's like, oh, okay. Ah! Made me honk. I got spooked enough to chirp. Okay, so this is kind of just a dead end. Welcome to Castle Dead End. Welcome to Castle Dead Ass. But yeah, that's the way I feel about these things. Like, being able to easily traverse over a thing is like, cool. You've given me like a feeling of progression, but like, you're still asking the busy work of me, and it's like, why? Hey, the titulars. I thought our best friend was a Metroid. Man, Metroid as a series might make more sense if I had played any game in this series. Can we just like push them? Oh, we can push them around once they're frozen. Neat. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna check up here. Alright, that did something. What? I wonder if I'll ever figure out what that did. Probably not, because if it opened something that, like, I had not seen yet, it'll just be open when I get there. Wow! Oh, I guess this is a boss fight. Oh, is this Ridley Scott? Famed Scott of Metroid? Oh, the wave beam also permeates, penetrates, phases through enemies, so it'll deal the damage. Alright, when one shot does damage to more than one enemy, that is an amazing DPS up when you're hitting more than one enemy with something. Oh, it's using the Mancubus shot. That's what that is. Okay, speaking of the like progression and trivializing enemies, I've also never really been a fan of the like rat to dire rat to demonic dire rat to whatever, right? Like oh, here's the harder version of the same thing. Although what I've been noticing about this game so far is that it kind of does the same thing. Because a lot of enemies are just sort of like wander around on the ground, shoot a thing at you. Yeah, got his ass. Yeah, wander around on the ground, shoot a thing at you, and it's just like, all right, that's fine, that's cool, no problem. But the idea of like, here is the polonium. All right, this is some sort of plasmoid shot. Oh, is this where we came in? This is where we came in. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, the thing that I said, hey, that looks like a ominous claw grab is totally mouth. Rad. Alright, so I'm done in here. I got a shot. I have anything that looked like it was being held up by a shot? Also got blue key. Oh, there's more. The ice. This is probably melt ice now. You see, like this is, and so this is. Which thought should I finish first? Let me talk about the relevant one. When you're doing a. How am I finishing this thought? Where was I in this thought? Like because we're doing the like full map style of like one-way loop, key door loop, hub, the one unlocked, the next unlocked door, tool, back to the hub. Now there's a next unlocked door. Because we're doing that not only in the small sections but in the game loop as a whole. That's what leads to this bit of backtracking, and it's what leads to this busy work of like, cool, now the one unlocked door is on the other side of the map. And to me, that's just like, it's like, yeah, I guess. Excuse me, what the heck? And like, yeah, in theory, it follows that like key loop thing And if you just consider that the whole world is a hub, like, yeah, it makes sense, but it adds that level of busy work. And so I'm like, there's probably a better way to do this. It's like, no, I've already shown that I know how to get there. Like at some point it's just like, yeah, put the warp points right in front of the... I mean, okay, so this game is doing this thing of, like, it is refreshing these areas a little bit. But, again, we've talked about, you know, it's the point that I just made, is that, like, actually the enemies, refreshing it via enemies doesn't do a lot, because the enemies themselves are also pretty inconsequential, also are kind of busy work. So it's like, oh, I know what'll fix this busy work. Like, no, not really. Let me guess. Yep. It's so weird because we just got introduced to these. So if that had been the sort of, like, time between seeing the obstacle and getting the key for the obstacle all along, I think I would have been okay with it, because it's just like, oh, I'll see it, that'll be the next tool I get. But, like, when did we see those, like, purple, the things unlocked by the wave beam, right? And when did we see that obstacle first versus the amount of time until we got the wave beam and we were able to break them? That was a long ass time. And, like, yes, that means it's like, it's a mix, right? Because the idea of, like, seeing a thing that you do not have the ability to handle yet makes the game feel big, because it's just like, it leaves the player with a question. Oh, what is going to be the answer to this? It asks that question, and the longer that question is in the air, like, what will something that can make a game feel big is sort of the number of questions in the air at once. Like how many things have I seen that are still mysteries to me, you know? Okay. By the way, I like this ice zone, but I also always like ice zones, so do I need to defeat this guy to proceed? No. Uh-oh. Oh no, so I killed a robot for no good reason. Alright. Check the map. Are there doorways I've missed? Yes, there's something over there that I'll get to from the other side. Okay, so go the other way. Right. Listen, creating one-way paths is alright. It makes things easier. I would rather... Don't make me explore a path to find out that it is a dead end because it is the return path, you know? Just like tell me immediately this is where the return, the outlet would be. That's fine. What is it? Alright, so busy work is not the answer to busy work. Okay. Other thought. I was talking about the dire rats or whatever, right? Like, this game is basically doing that, because a lot of the enemies, you know, first of all kind of inconsequential except for some boss fights, right? And I say game and not just WAD, because I think this... Yeah, okay, I just did something, but is this open? Here's the switch that opens that door. Okay, good. Yeah, and good switch placement. Finally? I don't know. Oh, Space Pirate Base. Cool. And now these enemies are trivialized by our new tool, right? Keeps happening. I'm gonna keep pointing this out because that's today's theme, ladies and gentlemen, I guess. Oh, hi. But, like, yeah, there's a bunch of enemies, but there's not a lot of difference between them. But there's something... There's a layer of paint here where, like, yeah, the thing that makes the enemies different is that they are a little bit stronger. Like maybe they have more HP or they deal more damage or whatever. And it's like, okay, so like space pirates are just the dire wolves of the Metroids, or maybe vice versa. Metroids are the dire wolves of space pirates. But there's something about... Oh, okay, individual missiles, cool. There's something about giving them that coat of paint of being Metroids and not dire space pirates that I think does a lot. Maybe I'm just a simpleton who is easily tricked. And you know what? If that's the case, I'll own up to it. That's, you know, I could totally believe that I am that kind of simpleton, and that's fine with me, honestly. I'll own it. But you know, I do feel that is the case. And by just hiding the fact that they're dire wolves like that makes it feel... I guess maybe because when you say wolf, dire wolf, you know, it's telling you up front that, like, no, you already know what this is because it's another wolf. It's a style... Okay, so I needed to go that way. Fine. It's like, no, this is a wolf again, but it's a bigger wolf. And you're just like, all right, fine, it's a bigger wolf. Whereas saying it's a space pirate, or saying it's a Metroid, and it's like, oh, Metroid? What is a Metroid? Then you have that time of... You still have to do that sort of... It leaves the mystery, it leaves the work of investigation. That's the word. It leaves the work of investigation to go like, oh, a Metroid is a... I mean, they're not because they float. So, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there's a class of like sits on the floor and shoots a projectile, sits in the air and shoots a projectile. You know, there are two classes, and those classes are basically leveling up. But by painting it as a different, like, genus of enemy, I guess. I forget what my hierarchy of really, I forget what my hierarchy of species classification is, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like it leaves it leaves in a step of investigation, and because that step of investigation is there, that also means that it starts with a layer of like one mystery and maybe a little bit of wonder there, because it's just like, oh, okay, what is this thing gonna be? And like the answer is like, oh, it's a dire wolf. But the fact that you at least have that, it gives you that moment of like, oh man, something new. Oh, it's just like this other thing. But as opposed to saying dire wolf, which just says, it's like, hey, this ain't a new thing. And you're just like, oh, all right, it's not a new thing. Thanks for telling me, I guess. And just like, not even like fake painting it with a new coat of paint takes away, it undercuts itself, you know? Like, I'm actually okay with the dire wolf setup mechanically, but you gotta paint it new, because, I don't know, to me, the fun of it is that moment of like, oh, I wonder what this is, and even if the answer is, it's like, oh, it's just basically, you know, you can treat it the same as this other thing. It's like, okay, fine. But that mystery, like, and the investigation phase are just like, oh, let me play with this and find out what it is. Like, that's the fun part to me. It's not the, like, it's generally not the challenge of actually fighting it. I'm okay if you fight something and it's like, and now we know how to beat it, and, you know, that knowledge is what trivializes it. Like, yeah, cool, I'm totally fine with that. That makes me if you know, knowledge is power, G.I. Joe, you know, it's fine. That totally works for me. Works on me? I'm hoping I'm making it clear that a lot of this, like, I'm speaking from a lot of this is to taste. A lot of this is very personal and subjective. And, you know, I'm telling you what subjectively works for me. Wait, I've been here. Wait. Why are we looping back around already? We didn't get anything. Wait, there's a zone up there. Been through here. Wait. There's a zone up there. I missed something. Okay. There. I did not see that doorway up there at all because it's... Except for that little bit of floor, it's all the same texture. It hides really well. But there's a whole zone over here. Hey, thanks for the mini-map. I would love it if there was some kind of, like, sequence break where that mini-map is the very first thing you get. That would be, useful? Like, I'm lost all the time anyway. Oh, right, there was, like, another underwater segment that was extant that we couldn't escape from because we couldn't jump out of the water like that. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that that's where we go back to next. Do not remember where that is, and it might even be a little hard to spot on the map because even though we couldn't get out of the water, we could explore all the space of the water. So it's actually going to be a zone that is fairly well explored. The head bob in here is so ridiculous. Wait, what is this zone for then? Wait, what? Oh, there's a crack here. Is that a screw attack crack? Crack-a-lackin'? Because we had a cracker? Never mind. Yeah, that looks like something. Movement in liquid, no longer hindered. Now we're talking. Okay. So yeah, that thing I just said, I think I got it. Okay, so now we know what all of this was for, and we'll go here, and we'll go backwards, and yada yada yada. Thank you, Space Pirate Base. You were very helpful. Yeah, we want to go over there to get out? Yeah. Did I finish? Yeah, I think I finally finished the thought. Wow. Because I talked about dire wolves, I talked about backtracking, I talked about yeah, I think that's pretty much all the thoughts I brought up so far. If I've forgotten to explain anything, leave a note in the comments. So, okay, so I'm guessing it's here. Because that is a big unexplored space. That was something we couldn't get to, so let's go. Hey, and luckily it's pretty much over here. Hey, where are we? We're over here. Okay, so we want to go this way. I just don't like finding dead ends. Like, honestly, like, if something is a dead end, let me know. Don't make it a path, just make it the dead end. And then I thought, was I talking about mysteries? Right. Right, I can actually talk about mysteries a little more, because like that's Okay, don't go up there, but we are going to go in here. Yes, this seems to be it. I definitely feel that oh yeah, I guess that sort of ties together. I feel like a mystery makes games feel big, right? And so now, yeah, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, this is the zone. Okay. That we previously could only get out of the way we went in. Yes, this whole big castle, right? I said double jump and underwater movement and yeah. Okay. Now we know exactly what's going on. I guess so just talking about it with enemies, I think the mystery is pretty good, right? All right, so other way, I guess. Oh, okay. Ugh. See, that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. Find a dead end to find that you have to go the other way, which is a dead, like this door didn't have to be set off two ways like this. Like it didn't have to be a branching path. It could have been a locked door and a single path. And like, okay, so that's a little, maybe that's my, baby simpleton brain. Like, because what that's saying is, okay, here are two paths to search down, and you have to make a blind pick, and one of them will be the right one, and one of them will be a dead end. So I'm just like it's the, what is the reward for exploration over there? The reward for exploration is kind of being told that you're wrong because your blind guess led you to a dead end where you could not do anything. And like, I don't find that fun. I don't find that rewarding. It's just like it almost feels like a trap. It's just like, hey, do you want to find something cool and useful, or do you want to just have wasted some time? And it's like, that's not a fun decision to be asked to make blindly, like, why do that? Just tell me, like, hey, there's a locked door and there's a way to go. And like, okay, so maybe that's like if you want to, you kind of need to like reward exploration, right? So like, you should kind of never hit a dead end without at least some kind of pickup or something either neat or useful or whatever at the end. Like, there's a part of me that's just like, if you have a dead end, but there's a cool visual at the end of it, like a cool set piece, a cool looking room even, that's cool. I'm actually kind of all right if that's your dead end. It's like, no, this dead end is a cool view. All right, I'm fine with that, actually. But the idea of like a dead end is just like, hey, this will be the right way, but right now it's useless. That's not a reward to me, So like, if you're going to give me, things to explore, if you're going to give me branches to explore, then they have to have rewards at the end. And if they don't, then you've done busy work, you've done time wasting, you've done something like that, right? Or like, if you so just move the door so that it's no longer a branch. Put the door at the start of the branch, not at the end of it. So that way you're not giving me a dead end option, Or put something cool in front of the locked door at the end of the branch. So that way, even if I pick that branch first and like it's a dead end, I have gone there for the cool thing, and then after I backtrack the other way and hit the switch, I'll know, oh, and this unlocked the door, and now I have the busy work of backtracking up one branch and down the first one. Okay, but like, I was rewarded no matter which way you go down the path. It's like, okay, I was kind of rewarded. See, now putting a combat encounter, it's kind of the same way with combat encounters, right? Like, if you have a combat encounter that just uses up your resources, that's basically a punishment. Do I like games that punish exploration? But I find combat encounters fun, so a combat encounter... I mean, that's a secret boss, right? No, because secret boss usually also have secret rewards behind them. You see what I mean? Like, there's very little, exploration that is just flatly punished, so much as exploration that leads you to a dead end, right? Or a dead end where you cannot do anything, you cannot get anything, you cannot find anything. So, like... And this is such a small area that has really, like, summed up my problem with this sort of, like, design, right? And it's very little. You could have moved the locked door up one space, and I would not have had a problem with this. You could have put, you know, a power-up. You could have put a view, something like that, right? And I would have been okay with it. But the fact that it's just, like hallway, like, doorway break, hallway, dead end, is just, like, boring. And it's so short, but it really is at, like, you gave me multiple ways to explore with no, like, inkling of which one was going to be useful or, like, good or whatever, right? And it's just like, no, like you just had me guess, and I guessed wrong, and it's just like, like, that's one of those things where it's like, and I'm always big about this because I have a lot of anxiety about the ever-forward march of time leading to inevitable death for everyone you know and love, including yourself. So I take major issue with games that waste players' time, that don't respect the player's time, and like, okay, maybe I am baby brain, but also, like, we know it's a winning strategy that, like, if players take action with your if players interact with your game, maybe reward them, you know? Like, competitive games are different, because with competitive games, it's like, okay, reward whoever does better, I guess, you know? Or, I mean, then there's other ways of doing it. Like, sometimes you want to reward players who, or not necessarily reward, but you do want to, like, help out players who are doing worse to make sure that the game, you know, give them a handicap to make sure that the game stays competitive, because the idea of taking victory feels really good. Being handed victory isn't supposed to feel good, but some people got issues where they take a lot of satisfaction about, you know, stepping on the neck of somebody who is, you know, not on the same skill level as them, and that says a lot about our society at large as well, I think. Oh boy, we're getting heavy right now. Wow. But, like, the idea of competitive games is usually that a close match is best. So even if, you know, one side is, you know, that's part of, like, why Dota works. Like, if you're winning, you have to traverse much more space. No, actually that doesn't work, because if you're winning, the losing player has less defenses, which is why it's supposed to steamroll, which I guess is also why it feels so much better if you have a comeback, because it is harder to come back from. So the idea that you won means that it is sort of validating that you worked harder to get it. So that feels really good. But so then that leads to the same thing, right? Like, a game should validate your effort, or your perceived effort, right? So again, at that point, exploring takes effort, it takes time. If you're going to not validate that effort by rewarding it, then it feels bad, man. Okay, but this is a double-edged sword, right? Because tie it the other way. I was just saying with the direwolf thing, is mystery makes a game feel pretty good if you have questions up in the air, if you see a thing and you don't know what it's about, right? And if we went with the solution of just move the door up, each branch that you could go explore is a mystery. So seeing that there are multiple ways to go feels good for a lot of people. It doesn't quite work for me, but, you know, on paper, I understand that adds more mystery to the space of the game, and mystery is enticing. And if you were to do the solution where you move the door up, okay, well, there's a locked door and there's a way to go. So there is less mystery because the way to go is obvious, you know? And it's just like, okay, it's that same kind of direwolf thing. It's like, you tell me it's a direwolf. It's like, oh, okay, I now know it's a wolf, but harder. You've told me everything about it. Putting the locked door and a single way to go, you're telling me what the main path is because you're making it so there's only one path. You've taken away a branch. And it's a lot like that. But, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of the same but different, because what you've done now is you're okay, is there a difference between a dead end and finding something that is basically something you found before? I think there is, because look at what Metroid games do, where a lot of the like secret traversal areas that you explore for and, you know, bomb hidden walls to find, pretty much all of them are just missile packs. Which personally I find kind of boring, because it's just like, well, why would I keep exploring, you know, for secret areas when I know what that exploration is going to get me, which is something there before. Like that is because the reward is always the same. Now again, you have a bit of mystery that you don't get. Like the mystery is like, where are they? The mystery is not what cool thing am I going to get out of it. It's like oh, okay, because a missile pack is a cool thing. And to me, like, a neat enemy is a cool thing. Even if it's one you've seen before, or if it's one that you've seen before but disguised. Whereas a dead end is not a cool thing, you know? So I think there is a difference there, and that's why it's not a perfect parallel between them. It's not perfect opposites, because the idea of, like, you know, a dead end doesn't give you anything. Like a locked door at the end of the hallway really isn't anything different than a locked door at the start of a hallway. It's just that you had to walk down the hallway to find out it was locked, rather than knowing it was locked up front. And I'd rather know it's locked up front, because I think that, you know, the information, you'll have to come back here later. Or I think this was something I was going to say before in terms of trivializing navigation, is like, and actually this might be like a really interesting mechanic for a Metroid-like game like this, is like, give me the ability to warp to any locked door, right? Or just like give like, you know, major locked doors warp points right in front of them. So that way, even if you don't, you know, even if you're on this side of the map to get the key for it, then you can, instead of traversing the whole map, you warp right to the door that the key is for, you know? And that'd be kind of cool, because that would also telegraph to you which way is the main way. So then you know, okay, so any other doors that this key now unlocks, those are probably the secondary optional ones. And if you want that completion percentage, you know what to go for. And if you just want to mainline it, you aren't getting, you know, dead ends or you know, sort of like time wasting because you don't care about the side objectives. It's giving you that, it's not forcing it, but it's giving you very clear signposting, and it's skipping busy work, and it's, you know, but the idea of just like skipping to any, or being able to warp to any locked door, I feel that's a bit much, because then you are really going to miss like any and all backtracking, unless for some reason you have to backtrack. No, yeah, it should really only be warp to mainline locked doors, because if you can warp to any locked door, you're basically, well, you're skipping literally every piece of backtracking. But I do feel like there is something to be said for backtracking for optional objectives. Like at that point, you're saying like, hey, here's going to be a bonus thing. Part of the challenge of it is that you are going to have to backtrack for it, right? I think that's actually fair, because then it's just like, okay, it's not a big challenge, it's kind of like a busy work challenge, but your busy work is then going to be rewarded with, again, whoa, smacking my light. Maybe the reward is going to be something that you know what it's going to be. In this case, it's going to be more missiles, but you are going to be rewarded for your busy work. It's putting busy work on the main path. Busy work should be optional, basically, because busy work doesn't necessarily respect players' time. So you don't have to excise it completely, but you should, make sure the player has agency over when they want to engage with it. So I feel like mainline path, you should always be able to skip all the backtracking for and just warp between. But optional stuff, I think it totally makes sense that backtracking is part of the, that busy work is part of the challenge and the effort required that is going to be rewarded because there's going to be a secret thing at the end of it. I think that's totally fair. I think that makes sense. I think that would feel pretty good, honestly, It's not a big challenge, but it does require effort and is going to be rewarded. And that's fine. I'm totally down with that. That's totally cool. But yeah, the mystery. The mystery, I think, makes the game feel big. Oh, so the late answer. So yeah, that mystery about wideness. Mystery makes the game feel wide because it's you present a mystery and you go, I wonder what that's going to be about. And the more things you introduce with that make that happen, the wider your game feels because it's opening more threads. And because that's when people say that a corridor shooter is linear and boring, what they're saying is that you kind of never have those threads. Anything that is introduced is immediately dealt with, and you never have that width feeling, right? Because that's what that width feeling is making you go, I wonder how I do that. I wonder when I'm going to get to do that. Straight up, beware the pitfall with this is when you are inconsistent about things and you get to that point of you never know if, am I going to get something to let me deal with this later, or is there a puzzle in the immediate vicinity that would let me deal with it? That is a trap that I think a lot of games fall into, and there's a lot of people going well, I don't see a solution immediately, maybe I'll get something later, and then they never get to it because they write it off until they get a new tool, but then that new tool never comes, so they never get back to it. That's a rough one to fall into, and I don't know the best answer to that. That's a conversation for a whole nother day. I'm gonna let that be for now, but I do want to bring that up right now. But yeah, so this idea of more open mysteries makes a game feel wide. And if you open a mystery and immediately close it, you feel pretty linear. And it's sort of the time between, right? Because I was just saying with the ice shot. The ice shot was, so I forgot about the water. That's on me. But, for a period there, we basically had 3 mysteries open. It was the water, the blue doors, and the ice pillars. And as soon as we saw the ice pillars, a minute later, we went through a blue door and got the key to it. We got the answer to it. So that did not feel like this big, grand mystery. But those gross wave beam egg sacs, we saw those super early and finally came around and was like, oh, we finally got the key to it. Now we can explore all those things. And it's anticipation is important. It's important in rock concerts. It's important in foreplay, and it's important in gameplay. Anticipation and building expectation, and expectation informs experience. So if you build anticipation for something, even if it's not that great of a thing, the payoff to it is always stronger if you have there be anticipation. You can't rely on a single anticipation. You can't build up one plot thread for 3 hours, but you can build up one plot thread for a little bit and then stretch it to 3 hours if you distract with other things in the meantime, and then finally wrap up that one, I'm still making my way through the Yakuza games, and that's this same thing is actually how I would describe the narrative plot threads in that game, and how you can, what makes, better stories from worse stories is sort of like how they handle the build up to the wrap up of the mystery of the question that they answer early on. Sometimes watch soap operas for like a crash course on what these things look like, or wrestling, because they're written the same way when they're done well, at least. But I'm gonna throw us back here for a minute because I'm still just talking. But yeah, so the ice was introduced and then almost immediately answered. So it wasn't that it didn't have that much time to build up anticipation. It was just like, oh cool, I have that now. But the egg sacs was introduced so early, and when I finally got the key to it, it was just like, oh man, we're finally gonna get to go back and figure this whole thing out. And like, check the tape and just see, like, both of those happened this episode. Look at how different my reaction was when sort of this long anticipated thread is opened versus when the short anticipated thread is opened. And like, you can do that pretty easily because, like, I mean, okay, I've been trying not to just call out Dark Souls, even though I know I said about the bonfire thing earlier, but that was a personal anecdote, not a Dark Souls as a touch point kind of talk. But like, I feel like Dark Souls does do this kind of well because, like, it is so thematic in everything about Dark Souls, because just like, it's like, okay, where does the door in the graveyard lead to? Why are these four things blocked by a force beyond me? Why is new Londo old and busted and Anor Londo like bright and shiny? Like, what the fuck does poise do? Should I ever put points into resistance? Like, everything about Dark Souls is a question. Like that, like, you boot that game up and it's just like, Old Witch's Ring, who the fuck knows, is basically the item description when you're creating your character. That game is nothing but a whole bunch of questions to be answered over time and over, and over experimentation and checking and comparing notes with other people. Like, that game is nothing but open plot threads or like open questions, which I think is like, more than the tough combat. I think that is the actual like shining point of those games. That is maybe the best pitch of it. It can also be kind of a little overwhelming because, you need to like be able to start answering stuff over time and work your way, because like, if this stuff just stays open and never really gets addressed, then it's kind of like, oh, okay.
That's the thing though, right? Because
if you're gonna talk, be on mic.
That's the thing though, because like, if the mysteries are like too big, then it's overwhelming in a bad way. Like, it's
yeah.
So you need
feel like
fine tune of like big enough to be interesting, but not so big that it's overwhelming or like.
Well, because then it feels like you're floating in an ocean with no idea where to go. You need to breadcrumb the questions. You need to introduce them and like lead you along, and then another one. And then on the other side of it, I fucking hate holes. Specifically the movie, because I don't remember the book, because I don't remember books. But I thought I enjoyed holes when I read it, but then I watched the movie and I was like, oh, literally every plot thread wraps up with one answer. And that was the most boring shit in the world to me. I was just like, really? You had so much possibility space, and then they all had the same answer, and it's just like, wow. So I thought I was gonna get 12 presents at Christmas, and I got one, and it's just like, okay, thank you for the present, but it's disappointing at that point. The Face of Bo, fuck that, fuck Doctor Who from that line forward. Yeah, so it is tricky to do, but it is this idea of open a plot thread, open other plot threads long enough for each one of them to, because you can leapfrog them. You know, it's like open 3, answer the first one, and you're left with 2. Open a new third, then answer the second, and then open a fourth, and then answer the third. And like keep a healthy amount of questions open at any given time to make it feel consistently wide, that there's consistently like enough mysteries you're juggling. But don't let anything linger too long. Make sure that they have like answer them each. If you bring it up individually, you should answer it individually. I think is maybe a good rule of thumb for that. And yeah, give them time to simmer. Give them time to get all the flavor out of them, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. All right, I don't know where else I'm going with this, so let's go back to playing the game. I feel like right, this doorway is what got me talking. Mystery, like my sort of go-to benchmark for balancing mysteries has always been Super Mario World, because like at this point it's pretty well established that like, oh, it's 96 exits, but but before I was the kind of person who okay, so see, I'll kind of take that. If this is and always has been a dead end, the fact that little animation, that little piece of narrative there, that's a reward to me for exploring this. It's just like, no, actually this is a dead end, but like it's a dead end with reason, with like narrative reason, and that's I'll work with that. And honestly, if it is a dead end with the reason having to do with like seeing this has now opened up something else, it's like, okay, it's not really a dead end now, it's just a switch, it unlocked. Yeah, I think that unlocked this, because why would I not have gone this way? So that's totally legit. That's not a dead end, that's basically a switch with a locked door that it hid. Like this WAD at least is like knowing is showing off these right ones, or like the ones that I would consider better, but it's also doing a lot of the like not good ones. But I feel like the not good ones are what mirror Metroid very well. So listen, it's tough to pull off. Oh yeah, but Mario World, like growing up and just sort of like playing it naturally by myself, like it makes 1 or 2 secret exits super easy to find, and it's just like hey, levels are gonna have secret exits. And then I was just like, and then there were some levels that just like I could not imagine where the secret exit on it was, so I was just like, and what is it specifically, like ghost house, whatever ghost house that is, but it's just like inside of this, like there's a level with a secret exit that leads to a secret level that in itself has secret exits, and it's just like, okay, now I have, like, you've just established this idea of like this could go super deep, this has levels, and it's just like I how many levels does this have? This could go deeper than I could ever imagine, and it sort of built in a layers of depth in a way that's just like, oh, it built in layers of depth that made it seem okay. Thank you for letting me know that now this thing is open. It built in layers of depth that made it seem always made it seem like a permanent mystery. Is what it feels like that instilled, right? Because it's just like, hey, you think you've seen the end of this, but there could be a secret hiding behind it. And like, so that game, I've done 96 exits. I have 100%ed Super Mario World. I still feel like that is a game that could still have secrets left in it because of the way that it is like presented them. Oh, shit's happening. Oh, and these are moving cover. What is that out there? Gross is what it is. It's gross? I'm just gonna... Should I be shooting it in the head? Should I be getting out there? Can I be getting out there? Is there a puzzle element to this? Am I a fool? What's going on here? Ow. Should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? I mean, this feels good because it's got a super high fire rate. Yeah, that's just the answer. Okay, never mind. My bad. I thought something super cool was going on here, but it, you know what? There was a good idea here. I think it could have used some elaboration, maybe, but that's a cool idea. Hey, yellow card. Way. All right, now yellow card. All right, so with this, we could get to the end, I guess. Let's hit a couple of spots first. Hey, that guy again. What if I don't bother? Right. This is this way. Let's get some health. And this is new. This has a zone. This is a zone. And it leads down here. And I guess this is just a shortcut over here. Alright. Where else was there yellow doors that we didn't go into? Not really over here. I mean, yeah, at this point I am just going for map completion, I guess. That's a yellow door. That was lava. Have I been immune to lava this whole time and I just haven't checked? Okay, this is a yellow door, but that was the way out, so it's handled. I believe this is more lava? Ooh, something fancy there. Yeah, maybe there's not that much lava left to go examine. Okay, I checked that. Let's go over this way. Let's see if I can find that. And then that will get on the way back up. Yeah, I think we're almost done here. Nice. Even with all of that talk, we may still get out of this on time. Whatever. I don't care if we go long. We're finishing this day. But then I'm going to go eat, like, a huge cheeseburger. No, I had 2 things on my to-do list today. All right, 3 things. But, like, one of them was the stream, and the other one was don't put myself into a burger coma like I have the last 2 days. Because I am a fool. Complete and utter buffoon. Oops. No, wrong way. This way. Why do I keep missing the big doors? I am some kind of blind. So I want to go straight through here. Into the hot zone. straight down here. Maybe I was never going to get a, like, lava-proof suit. But at this point I have so much just plain old health that I can probably just tank it. I betcha I can just tank it. Oh, also I have Jumpy everywhere. Now your name is Jumpy Aran. Oh, I could do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can save before I try to do this. So I want to go out this... So, oh no, I just want to go down there. Oh, hey. I did not notice this before. Oh, come on. What is this? No, wait. This is... This? There we go. And then we got ups. Through these gross walls, and then a way back out. Okay, handled. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, right now, yes, I am just backtracking for the sake of map completion. But I also know exactly where I need to go, which, again, is funny. Like, a lot of things that, you know, I was... Oh, hey, why not? That's a red door, isn't it? Weird. Is that door broken? Okay. Was it good? Did it... Oh, weird. Okay. I'd like to report a tiny bug. Were missiles behind? Oh, just no missiles on this one, huh? Alright, interesting. Ah, missiles. I'm fine with the pink zone. But yeah, having the auto map really helps with the, that telegraphing of, like, all right, which is the main path and which is not, and which door. Instead of blindly guessing to explore down a path, it is giving me the agency. The info is giving me enough info to have the agency to choose whether I am mainlining or whether I am doing the busy work of map completion, right? And it's giving me the ability. It's respecting my time by giving me the information needed to choose, right? I think that's, you know, it addresses a lot of what I was complaining about before, and not even doing, you know, warping. It's just it's doing what it needs to do, which is, like, allowing me to choose by telegraphing. Thank you. Oh, that barely hurt. Yeah, I'm just gonna tank it because I have that, and there's... Wasn't there another lava pit? Or was this really the only one? This might have actually been the only one. Yeah, it's near the start. It's... Hey. I'm happy to... See, and there, a mystery has been resolved. It had its own... resolution? That's almost words. Cool, let's go see, let's do it. Let's see the resolution. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to see how this wraps up. Oops. Oops. Jumping is hard. Alright. We're on the way. So, this is where we find Mother Brain, right? Yeah, it seems like some sort of mother brain chamber. I don't even know from mother brain chambers, but this dude's already dead. That seems bad. Hey, my friend, baby Metroid. Why did they call Metroid the bad guy to this series? Oh, woo, okay. Cool room. Oh, if you hit him with the ice beam in that attack? Is that? That'd be pretty cool if that was the case. That's also definitely what I mean about, like, a combination of knowledge and tool that trivializes enemies. Come on. Yeah, that seems like it might be it. Okay, seems like a way in, but let's just... Oh, if you hit him once, it stuns him in that, and then you get the rest of the shots in. Okay. I like this room a lot, actually. It's nice and... still sliding in the air. It's nice and big. It feels very climactic. Let me guess. This opens those side panels? Doof. Do it. Come on, do it! Come at me! It's me, John Schwarzenegger! Okay. Squeeze me. Okay, but now what did that actually affect? Or is it just the... I'm forgetting that the ice beam has a limited range, so when they're doing that attack animation, they're rushing towards me and getting in range. That seems way more likely the case. Hi! I'm talking to these Metroids the same way I talk to my cat. Just... Uh-huh. Just, hi, what are you doing here? You want to come play? Uh-huh. I think Metroid are good, actually. Change my mind. Okay, so I guess there's another... I almost said brush, and then I almost said plug. The word I'm looking for is switch? Side over here? We've seen that before. Lower levels? Upper level? Ah, here we go. Here we go. From what I know of Mother Brain, can't kill these turrets. You can only dance around them as you go through. Do I have to touch it? No reaction from getting shot, but I'm guessing that's actually a... Again, the way that this WAD was created, I imagine that's a limitation of the engine. Oh, it's cracking! So the game is called Metroid, but the big boss is Mother Brain, and the Metroids are never really like a boss? Okay, the bomb set! Get out fast! Hey, it's doing the Metroid thing. Ah, shoot. Wait. Okay. Gotta get all the way around, and now we can get out. I can get out. Let's go, let's go! Come on, buddy, I'm double parked! Oh, no! Am I actually gonna have to do all of that again? What do I do? Okay. Oh, I see outside. I see the ship! Yo! Oh, let me get closer to see that shit better, but yo! Hey, you know what? That felt like a Metroid. Oh god, how long did it take? This sound is much calmer to the ears than the normal gunshots we get at the end screen. Oh my good gosh. Sucks. I could probably get a 3-hour par time, especially if I don't spend a half hour talking about why games suck. Yo! Great! You fulfilled your mission. It will revive peace in space, but it may be invaded by the other Metroid. Pray for a true peace in space! Oh, hell yeah! Everybody has names! Hey, show me somebody else. Bull, aka Farty Ball. Silva. Criteria Fish. It's the Omega Metroid. That was a Metroid? That doesn't seem right. Firefleet. Magmore. More like Magless. Ah, it's her, Metroid. Whistle. Divars. Stoneheads. Oh god, those are. Oh, wow. Cacatuck. Arachnus. You don't. That's not a spider. Space pirate. Security robot box. Meow. Ceres. That's what I mean. Like a lot of these enemies behave the same. They're a little shuffled. The paint is different, but just by Alpha Metroid. But just by not saying, "Hey, this is the harder version of this," I'm way better with it because you can jingle keys in front of my face, and that'll keep me busy for a good, 25 minutes. This is a crappy enemy, though. And I'm not just saying that. I'm reading it verbatim off the screen. Atomic. Whoops! Okay, and the game has crashed on me. Alright, well, when the game crashes, serve the splashes. I don't know. Listen, so that was Metroid Doom. Uh, Spram's Metroid Doom. That was neat. You know, it did a lot of things that are the same things that push me away from the regular Metroid games. So, and I'm saying that as a credit in that it did successfully port a lot of sort of design intents from a 2D Metroid into this 3D space. Um, and so I'm saying that in its favor, even if personally that is not one of my favorite things about what it does. If it's actually a thing that I have a distaste for, uh, but it did a good job at it. Um, it added things to the Metroid formula that I really like. Like there were a couple of like set piece rooms that I figure you gotta have like at least one per biome to be like, what is the thing you remember about this biome? Oh, that it's this room in it that really summed up what the biome was about, right? So it did that a couple of times, not as much as I might have preferred it to really cement that throughout all of the areas, but it did it enough times that I'm just like, oh, you do know how to do this, and you've done a good job with it here. Um, and I think it evoked a lot of good conversation here about do's and don'ts and why you might want to, but why I personally in my experience doing it a different way would be better. What the pitfalls of them are, but why why you go there in the first place is understandable. Um, and I have to admit that by the end I was definitely enjoying myself. I was looking forward to finishing it today. For as much as last episode might have sounded like I was complaining about Metroid in general and just sort of whinging. I was looking forward to coming back, and I think it definitely paid off. And uh, yeah, I'm happy to have played it. That was cool. I would totally recommend uh, playing that if you want a cool Metroidy Doom to play. Listen, this isn't a recommendation show. This is just, hey, come check these out with me. So I had fun playing that. I hope you had a good time joining me on it. And that is going to do it for today. We'll figure out what I'll do next week. I'll figure that out in the meanwhile, as the kids say. It's me, I'm the kids. And until next time, get vaccinated. Until you can get vaccinated, stay home as much as you can. It's the best way to be safe from that which cares not for us in the world. If you do have to go out, wear a mask, because your mask protects other people and their mask protects you. Wash your hands. It's just good hygienic advice to begin with. Recognize the people who are oppressed versus the people who are just claiming they're oppressed. Learn to recognize populations that are truly vulnerable and are being oppressed. Remember that neutrality doesn't exist. Neutrality always sides with the oppressor. And the rule that underlines the rest of these rules is take care of one another. I'll see you next week.